All right, we're talking Crestwood Field Hockey here on the John Mendola Show. We're at McCarthy Tire. Amanda Tredinnick is with us. And, Coach, let's talk a little bit about coming off a district championship, a talented group, some young players, but there's always work to do in the Wyoming Valley Conference. You can never settle. So what's the attitude here coming into 2025?
Absolutely. It's been a great start. We started off the fall season winning the Keystone State Games gold medal, so that kind of put us right where we wanted to start with our new group. We graduated 4 talented seniors last year, and we have 7 incoming freshmen this season. So we're looking to get them right into our atmosphere, our winning tradition, and we have an exciting outlook to get started on Tuesday.
One thing has been the steady in northeastern Pennsylvania is field hockey is good. We know that there's a lot of very good players that are going to great places. The club thing has kind of changed things over time, but nonetheless, you kind of know that you have girls that are gritty, that want to play and get out there on the field. Let's talk a little bit about Crestwood, about facility-wise, playing on turf all the time. Years ago, used to play on the grass.
Oh yeah, so actually we had a unique start to this season. We just got a brand new stadium field. So actually in an hour, we're gonna get our first full practice on that. We spent the past 5 days on the grass. So that's been a bit of a transition, but we're excited to get out there on our new stadium. And the girls have been great. It's not always easy to transition from turf to grass and then back to turf. So they've embraced it. They've been really good sports. They've worked really hard. So we're excited to get out on that turf later today.
Season to season, things change. One of the steadies is you have somebody in goal. You kind of build around that. Okay, I know we're kind of solid in that area. There's some defenders, and then you got to go try to score. But talk about just being able to have the luxury of having somebody in goal. Like, okay, this Geiger girl's pretty experienced. We're going to be okay here.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. Maddie's been a great goalie for us for the past 3 years, and we're lucky to have her. Then you have her sister in front. She handles the midfield for us, so it's been a really cool experience to see them play together and them grow together. And then ultimately, they're going to take it to the next level and play college hockey together. So that's exciting.
And you got another girl like the Myers girl, who mom, coach, and dad, good athlete. So you got somebody who kind of a little bit savvy about the game.
Yeah, that's also a really interesting story. It's kind of a full circle moment for me. Sarah was actually my college coach, and my assistant coach, Haley Gajewski's coach in college. So now to get the opportunity, to coach her daughter. If you told me that 10 years ago when I was playing for her, I would have told you were crazy. So that's been a really cool experience. Allie's gritty. She's tough. She'll do whatever it takes for the team, and that's one of her, core components, and we love about her.
Let's talk a little bit about your field hockey career. You go back to high school, and then you wind up at Wilkes, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to try this coaching thing. How did that kind of all develop?
So I started, obviously I played hockey at Myers, and then I went to Wilkes. I coached a little bit at Wyoming area, 3 seasons, and then I came up here first as an assistant coach, and then now this will be my 4th year as a head coach. So it's been exciting. It's been a dream of mine to be a head coach, and to coach at a place like Crestwood where the support and it's everything. From the kids to the parents to the administration that I work for, it's been an awesome experience.
We go back of all the veteran coaches. It's just Gene Lipsky left. There's been so many incredible veteran coaches around. A lot of them, it's kind of passed the torch. Mm-hmm. Talk about some of the young coaches going against, so that they're all talented too.
Yeah, there's an interesting class this year. A lot of new head coaches, first-year head coaches. And it's awesome to see, like you said, the handing of the torch, and it's not an easy job. It's a lifestyle. It's a lot more than just August to November. So it's awesome to see the next generation stepping up and taking that role.
Let's talk a little bit about on the field this year. What will we see from this Crestwood team? Again, you have some experience around the field, but then you got to plug some players in that they might be inexperienced and try to make it work.
Yeah, I think it's just the next man up mentality. We lost the center of our field this season to graduation, and all 3 of them, are playing at the next level, which is exciting. But we have a lot of people who are willing to step up and fill those roles. We've seen a lot of great things so far, and we're excited to put that all into play, Tuesday when we head down to Emmaus for our first scrimmage.
You have another senior that's headed to Mercyhurst. Talk a little bit about, what she brings to the table for this team.
Yeah, Allie's great. She's been a forward for us for the past few years, gritty, hardworking, and, that's all you can ask for. You could teach the skill and you could teach the game, but you can't teach hard work, and, that's an awesome thing that she brings to the table, and we continue to bring that with all of our athletes, and she's a great start.
If you had to think of 2 things here, it's like, okay, this is what I think we could hold our hat on this year. We're going to be really good at this, and then this is the other thing we need to really work on this year, if you had to poke at those two?
I think we're going to be really good at playing as a team. We don't have a lot of individuals on our team, and in this sport, you can have a lot of great individuals, but if you can't play together, you can't get the job done. And I think the biggest thing for us that we need to work on is filling those holes that we lost from last year. Losing the center of your field from our center forward to she started off Ava McConnell as our center mid, and then we slipped Alex Geiger in there, and then Kyla Kelly. We have some adjusting to do to find the right pieces before we start on August 26th.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time. Enjoy this season.
Thank you so much.